am I, and recently I've had some requests to do like some story times from my life, and I was like, I have never done any of those before, and I watch them all the time, so why aren't I doing them? Like, what is the logic there? So I decided that today I would do one. This is a pretty big one as well. It was a big moment in my life. Also, just a quick update. If you follow me on any social medias, you already know this, but I have had my hair ombre. It's very different to what my hair was, and it was just literally all dark brown. But I really like it. It's a nice change. Also, sorry for not very frequent uploads in the summer. I said I would, but I'm in the middle of doing NCS, which takes up a lot of my time, but I'm definitely getting onto filming a lot more videos for you because I love it. This story time happened back in 2013, so 3 years ago. So I was 13 at the time, and I was the biggest fangirl of One Direction you have ever seen. I'm talking like crazed fan, like posters all over the wall, like watching One Direction funniest moments every single night. I knew every lyric to every song. I owned every album, every single piece of merchandise. I was just that fangirl. I was obsessed. I was like mega obsessed. That was a crazy part of my life. But One Direction announced a UK tour. It was the Take Me Home tour, I think it was, and they had a venue, well, kind of like concert bit in Newcastle, which is my nearest city, if you can't tell by the accent. So I like weighed myself with excitement. It was the first time I was going to see them, and I got tickets with my friends Clarice and Sarah. But anyway, we went to the concert. I bought like 5 pieces of merchandise, which came to about 50 quid because, what? If you've never been to a concert, the merchandise you sell there is incredibly expensive. It's like £25 for a t-shirt. But a bit of context to this. I saw on their Facebook page before the concert, like a few months before the concert was going to happen, that they put in a link for like a page where you could submit questions to One Direction, and they could possibly like read them out on stage and answer them. So I was like, praise Mother Mary, let's hope this happens to me. I counted how many questions I submitted, and I think it came to about 42. I was that obsessed. So over a few weeks I submitted 42 questions because I was like, I need them to answer my question. I need them to notice me. And I think you know where this is going to end up. Anyway, it came to kind of the middle of the concert. I was having such a good time. I was raving out, lads, raving out. And then they started answering questions. Now, by this time I was shaking like a leaf because I was like, what if they don't answer my question? What if they do? I'm so nervous. So I was listening through all the questions. It was all other girls like being answered, and I was like, come on Maya, come on, we can do it, stay strong, we can do it. And then the last question came up on the board, and it was my question. My question was something like, hey boys, can you please do a Mexican wave in the audience? Love you lots, like jelly tots. That's right, I said I love them. And I actually didn't really realise it was my question until a few seconds after, but my friend Clarice, who was sat next to me, saw it before me and was going, Maya! And I immediately burst into tears because I was that excited and just freaked out. Like, oh my god, I think I had like a fit. I was that excited. I'm actually surprised I didn't faint, because you can faint from excitedness, and I've never been that excited in my life. But anyway, I pretty much didn't listen to anything they were saying because I was screaming so much. That's one of the biggest regrets of my life. But yeah, they were doing it and I was like, oh my god, I can't right now, I can't function. So they did the Mexican wave. I didn't participate in my own Mexican wave because I was sat there crying too much. So yeah, everyone was going woo around me and I was just sat there like I've never been that overwhelmed in my life. I still remember it so well. And the bit where the title comes from, basically they read out the question and they read out the username, because you had to put in your Twitter username so they could say like who submitted the question. Typical fangirl, my username was Niles_girl_kiss. Yeah, you heard it right. Niall Horan is a member of the group, if you didn't know already. He is the blonde Irish one. I was mega obsessed with him. He was like the love of my life. I was gonna marry him. I had our wedding planned. I had our babies named. Anyway, it was Liam that read out, this is from Niles_girl_kiss. And then, oh my god, this was like literally the best bit of it all. As soon as Liam said Niall's girl, Niall started going, my girl, like the song My Girl, and he like was singing My Girl to me, directed to me. So as soon as he said my girl, I was just like, freaking no, I'm out. So basically guys, I'm Niall's girl, he called me his girl. So yeah, Niall actually called me his girl, cause my username and everything like that, but he called me his girl, guys. just to prove how excited I was and that this actually happened and I'm not making this up, I'm going to insert the clip here because it was recorded. Sorry about the screaming.
Right, here's the last tweet. Please can you try and set off a huge Mexican wave in the audience? Thanks. Jelly tops.
You heard the woman, a huge one. So here we go. But it's not stop.
Let's start from the
Over
beginning.
here. Right then. At Niles_girl_kiss. It's been here for you guys. Is it that one? I don't know.
Well, thank you for your tweet.
Yeah, you can tell how excited I was. And I can't really remember if you can like hear or see what actually happened next, but it was quite painful. So basically with the question you could put in like where you're sitting, like the block you're sitting in, the seat you're sitting in and everything. And so Liam was like, where is she? And I was like, mate, I am here. Look at me, please. And bear in mind, just for some context, as you can see in the video, I was right at the backest of the back. Like, you could not go any further back. I was right at the back. I was pretty unfortunate. So me, freaking 13-year-old me, like 5'2" or however tall I was, decided to stand on my chair and jump. And when I mean jump, I mean jump. I mean, I was in athletics club for jumping, so I could jump pretty bloody high. So I was going at it like freaking Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. Like, look at me, crying my eyes out at the same time. Also, oh my god, all the girls that got their questions answered, when they were like, oh, where are you sitting? All the block around them, like 100 people, stood up and cheered so they looked over at them. My block, no they bloody wouldn't. It was me and about 4 people around me started going, woo! Everyone else was just like... So I was here frantically jumping like, please look at me, it would make my life complete. But little old me, I put in the wrong block number, so they were looking in completely the wrong direction. I typed one number wrong and they didn't see me. But while I was jumping, I jumped a bit too hard and basically fell off my chair very badly, and I actually fell and slipped backwards, and the people on the row behind me caught me. Didn't know these people, by the way. They just kind of grabbed me and were like, are you alright? I was like, yeah. No, I really wasn't. And while I fell, I nearly broke my ankle. And when I say nearly broke my ankle, I very nearly broke my ankle. My friend Sarah's mum was accompanying us. That's a very hard word to say. You can't go to a concert if you're under 15 or 16 without someone over 18, so we took her mum. And her mum is like a nurse or something in like medical. And to show how bad it was, she was trying to take me to the first aid or into the medical room because she thought I had a broken ankle or had like fractured something. I didn't know if I was crying with pain or happiness or what. But little old fangirl me, I absolutely refused, and I stayed and watched the rest of the concert in absolute pulsing pain in my ankle. And I was just so fixated on One Direction and so happy. I was like, I am not leaving. So yeah, I stayed for the rest of the concert and kind of hobbled out of the arena once it was done. But I pushed through it, and we actually ended up waiting outside of the arena where their tour bus was until nearly 1 in the morning because we were that determined to meet them, and they didn't come out. We waited for hours and hours and they didn't come out. And apparently from other people that were there, we were actually the last ones there, but other people said about 3 to 5 minutes after we left, they actually came out. Do you see my misfortune here? If you're like an OG One Direction fan like me, you'll know who Josh Devine was. He's like the drummer, and he came out and I went, Josh, and he looked at me and I went, hello, and he waved. They answered my question, but I didn't meet them, nearly broke my ankle, cried a lot. Very emotional night if you can't tell. And this kind of fangirl crazed obsession carried on for a long time, and I think I saw them in concert 4 times. But yeah, that's basically the story. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you liked this video. Make sure to subscribe to me because I'm nearly at 3,000. Whoop, whoop. Make sure to follow me on all my social medias if you haven't already. I don't know what else to say, I've forgotten. Yeah, see you all later, bye!
OMG, it's Maya. She has sorted out a certain attire with makeup moments, lifestyle too. You'll never get bored. OMG, it's Maya.